Good evening. Good evening, my dear student. Today discuss about the totally new topics: biological oxidation and electron transport chain. This is totally new for this chapter because after the discussion with metabolism of carbohydrate, protein and lipid, after it produce some essential components like NADP, FADH2, and this NADH and FADH2 which is utilized by this process and by the basically the oxidation and the reduction process, and this process occurred in the biological system. That's why it's called biological oxidation through electron transport chain or ETC chain. All these processes occur in the DNA, mitochondria, which is present in the cells inside the cells, and which consist of this structure. And so this biological oxidation and electron transport chain is very important just after the metabolism of carbohydrate, fat and protein. Still now we are waiting in our home for prevent COVID-19, or stay at your home and you are not alone. The biological oxidation, what did you with this biological oxidation? Before this study, student must be read the following topics like stage of oxidation of foodstuff, redox potential, biological oxidation, enzyme and coenzyme involve biological oxidation, high energy compounds, organization of electron transport chain, oxidative phosphorylation, chemi-osmotic theory, proton pump, ATP synthesis and inhibitors of ATP synthesis. These are the topics related to biological oxidation. Stage of oxidation of foodstuff, because this is the very important topic. Before the biological oxidation, the first stage, how to digest the food. But that means digestion in the gastrointestinal tract convert the macromolecules into smaller units. Say for example, protein which are converted into a amino acid, carbohydrate which is converted into a glucose and monomer compounds, and lipid converted into a fatty acid and glycerols. And these are all called as the primary metabolism, and this product is called the primary metabolites. And the second phase, after this primary metabolism will be occurred, then the primary metabolites after digestion are absorbed, catabolized to a small components and ultimately oxidized to carbon dioxide. And the reducing equivalent are mainly generated in the mitochondria by the final common oxidative pathway like citric acid cycle. In this process, NADH and FADH2 are generated, and this is called the secondary or intermediary metabolism, which is figure in the 2.1. So we can just after primary metabolism, which goes to the TCA cycle, it converted into a FADH2 or NADH, which is the secondary metabolites or intermediary metabolites. Then the third stage, this is the last stage of this digestion of the foodstuff. This reduced equivalent FADH2 and NADH enter into the electron transport chain or ETC chain, or it is called respiratory chain, where the energy is released, and it is tertiary metabolism or internal respiration, or it is called the cellular respiration. This is quite difference between the original respiration and cellular respiration. This respiration occurred in the inside the cell, but normal respiration which is occurring in the just lungs, breathing, exhalation and inspiration. These are the only the respiration, but the cellular respiration means FADH2 and NADH is converted into a energy and carbon dioxide. And as per your energy consumption, the energy product by the complete oxidation of one molecule of glucose is 2850 kilojoule per mole. So how much energy will be produced from one molecule of glucose, and that in the permitted, this is so bigger value, 9781 kilojoule per mole. So in case of permitted, one molecule of permitted get around 4 times energy than the glucose molecule. One is the 2850 kilojoule, is the 9781 kilojoules, and this energy used for the synthetic purpose in the body, for utilized for the work and everything, synthesis of the new product or different types of formation like hormones, biological amines and prostaglandins and cholesterol also. The phototrophs harvest the energy of lights, that is which is occurred in the plant. Plant generally are phototrophs which are utilize the energy sorry, which are utilize energy of light, and they use the foods. And chemotrophs harvest energy from oxidation of fuels molecule, principle bioenergetic and thermodynamic. In this chapter it is very important. So my dear student, please carefully read this topic and understand it. If you not understand, please ask me in the letter. So this is the way by which the primary, secondary and tertiary component will be produced. First time the primary metabolism for the digestion, for the intestine, carbohydrate converted to glucose to acetyl CoA goes into the TCA cycle. Lipid, fatty acid goes into the TCA cycle. Protein converted into amino acid and TCA cycle. Ultimately they produce two components, either NADH or either FADH, which is discussed in the previous classes in the metabolism of carbohydrate, fat, protein and lipid, and they are converted into H2O in the tertiary and produce the ATP. It is the tertiary metabolism. In the acetyl CoA to carbon dioxide in the TCA cycle, which is called the secondary or intermediate metabolism, and the carbohydrate, fat, protein, which is the primary digestion. So 3 stages which are involved for this metabolism or production of ATP. Another is the metabolism of carbohydrate by the fats and an amino acid, or AH2, that is the substrate which is converted A plus CO2 plus H2 in the presence of NADH to NADH plus H plus and oxygen. This is the very important factor. In the previously we will not discuss the oxygen is required for this energy synthesis, but oxygen is required because in the electron transport chain oxygen is inside the cell. There is an anaerobic oxidation, and in that case energy will not be produced. So previously we discussed the oxygen. If the oxygen level is the low, there is an anaerobic conversion. There is a pyruvic acid not converted to acetyl CoA, it is converted into the lactic acid, and energy will be the less. But if the active transport system or respiratory transport chain, in presence of oxygen, ATP is formed, and this ATP or energy which is utilized for the muscle contraction, active transport and the biosynthesis of different components. This is a summary of the bioenergetics. All this biological oxidation occurred inside the cell, and the energy will produce in the biological system, that is called the bioenergetics, or the biochemical thermodynamics deals with the study of energy changes, transfer and utilization in the biochemical reactions. The reactions are broadly classified in the exergonic, that means energy releasing, or endothermic or endergonic, that means energy consumption. In this topic, another important topic is the free energy. What is called free energy? The free energy actually it is discussed in the later on and broadly. The energy actually available to do the works which is utilized is known as the free energy. Then changes in the free energy like G are the valuable for predicting the feasibility of the chemical reaction. And free energy is measure of the energy available to perform the useful work, which is denoted with the delta G, or gives free energy can predict the direction of the chemical reaction. And chemical reaction can be coupled, and which is allowed to energetically unfavorable reaction to the conclusion. And delta G or free energy measured under physiological condition may be different from that at the standard state, which is elaborately we discuss in future. And what is redox? Another important topic, second topic, is the redox potential. What do you mean by the redox potential? Redox potential of a system, it is the electron potential or E0, which is means potential of oxidation and reduction. What is called oxidation? Oxidation is defined is the loss of electron. That means a loss of electron, and reduction is the gain of electron. And when a substance exists both the reduced state and the oxidized state, the pair is called the redox couple or redox pair. And this redox potential of the couple is estimated by measuring the electromotive force of a sample half cell connected to a standard half cell. The sample half cell contain 1 molar solution each of the reductant and the oxidant, and the reference standard half cell 1 molar solution in the equilibrium with hydrogen gas at 1 atmosphere. The reference half cell are reduction potential of 0 millivolt. So oxidation reduction potential, or simply the redox potential, it is the quantitative measurement of the tendency of redox pair to lose or gain electron. The redox pair are assigned specific standard redox potential or E0 volts at pH 70 at 25 degrees centigrade. And when the substrate has the lower affinity to electron than hydrogen, it is the negative redox potential. If the substance has the positive redox potential, it has the higher affinity for the electron than the hydrogen. Thus, NADH is a strong reducing agent and has negative redox potential, minus 3 to V volt, and whereas the strong oxidant like oxygen has the positive redox potential plus 0.82 volt. And there is the table which given the redox potential of some important compounds for biological system. So these are the redox potential system. One is the NAD, NADH, where the oxidant NADH plus and a reductant NAD and H plus, and the redox potential is the minus 3,2. So cytochrome, which is the mitochondrial component, cytochrome B triple plus and cytochrome B double plus, which is positive 0.07, coenzyme Q 0.110, coenzyme cytochrome C triple plus 24, and cytochrome. And here is that another different books also says the succinate and alpha ketoglutarate and a minus 0.67, NAD, NADH 0.32, and FADH. So there is some redox pair. One is the oxidant and reductant, which is produced either potentially either it is a negative or either it is a positive. If it is a positive, then energy will be released. If it is a negative, the energy will come. So today up to this is redox potential. This is redox potential and negative and positive. Today this class is stopped for these 2 days. Next week class in the different topics for biological oxidation. Thank you for all the students listening for this lecture. Thank you all.